Today we're diving into the fantastic technique that's going to save you some serious cash. Who doesn't love those rub-off transfers? They add an instant touch of class to any project, but let's be honest, they can be a bit pricey. Today I'm going to show you how you can make your own rub-off transfers for a fraction of the cost. It's really easy, simple products. Let's get started. To make your own rub-off transfers, we'll need some label sheets. I always find these at the thrift store, but you can also find them at the stationery store. These are old CD label sheets and they're perfect. We don't want the paper on top. We just want that plastic paper underneath. Now, I have this beautiful floral sheet of graphics that I've designed. It's available in my Etsy store if you want to grab it and try this technique yourself. But first, I'm going to put my label sheet through my printer and print on the paper instead of wasting those labels. We can add those into our junk journaling or mixed media projects later on. Once we've peeled them all off the label sheet, you're going to see that shiny side on that plastic sheet. That's what we want to print on. I'm using my inkjet printer here, but you can also use a laser printer, and we're going to print it on that entire sheet. One of the best things about this DIY method is it's compatible with inkjet printers. This means you can create stunning transfers with all the color and vibrancy that you want, unlike some other methods that are kind of limited to just using a laser printer. I'm going to be applying this transfer onto a piece of scrapbooking paper, but these can actually be used on any smooth surface. Painted wood, other types of papers, canvas. Just experiment and see what works best for you. Once you've chosen your surface, lay that label sheet flat on it. Now, to transfer the image, I recommend using a brayer. However, a credit card can work in a pinch. Just be really careful. If that sheet moves around, the ink's going to smear and you won't get a good clean transfer. So keep it nice and steady as you apply pressure. Using the full sheet here for demonstration purposes, but you can definitely create transfers with individual floral elements. Just carefully cut them out of the label sheet. Be sure to avoid touching the ink while you're cutting, and then simply place that floral image exactly where you want it on your project, taking advantage of the smaller size for a more precise placement. Make sure you apply firm pressure to transfer the ink completely onto the paper, and then gently peel off that label sheet, and you should have a transfer. It might appear a little bit faded, but don't worry, I'm going to show you how to fix that. If you want a more vibrant transfer, then here's the next step. Grab your Mod Podge and apply a very thin coat across your project. Think of it like almost a light dry brush application. You don't want a thick layer, you just need a subtle touch, and I'm using Mod Podge matte, so it's not going to be too noticeable. Now carefully place that label sheet back down. Be careful to press it firmly and avoid any slipping, which would cause the ink to smear. Once it's positioned, use your brayer and apply even strong pressure to ensure that ink transfer is going to work well onto that Mod Podge surface while it's still wet. Of course, this is an optional step whether you want to have a more faded looking transfer or a vibrant transfer. Once the Mod Podge completely dries, peel that label sheet and admire your beautiful, vibrant transfers. This technique truly opens up a world of possibilities, allowing you to create stunning rub-off transfers using your inkjet printer at a fraction of the cost. Here's a side-by-side comparison. The transfer without the Mod Podge appears to be a bit faded, while the one with Mod Podge is nice and vibrant. It's just a matter of adding that extra step to achieve your desired look. For those wondering, this technique works on fabric too. Here's a cotton fabric transfer with just a little bit of Mod Podge. Isn't it gorgeous? I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial on creating your own rub-off transfers. This is a fantastic way to save money, and if you're considering buying pre-made transfers, this technique offers a much more affordable alternative. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we're going to see you in the next video. And if you love this video, I'm sure you're going to love either of these next two.